Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're customizing the Lampadati Corsita in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing was added with the new DLC today, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start off with the armor, we're gonna go all the way up on that, the brakes as well for sure. For the bumpers, we do have front and rear options. Let's go ahead and take a little look through here and see what we can do with this thing. There's some pretty crazy looking options on this, I gotta say. I do kind of like the look of some of these. Let's go for the primary super splitter for the front bumper. For the rear bumper, we can add some weird fins onto this thing, like all over the place. Not really a super huge fan of it though. We're just gonna leave the rear bumper stock actually. I'm not a super big fan of that. For the engine, we are going to upgrade that all the way. The exhaust, we do have a few different options here. Let's go for the twin chrome exhaust. I already like that the best. For the grille, we have a few different things that we can add. It honestly looks really good without anything on it, but let's see, what else do we have here? The black shark grille is not bad. The black inverted grille is also not bad. Let's go for that one actually. For the headlights, we are going to go xenon, of course. For the livery on the vehicle, we have a lower stripe that we can go for. That's crazy looking. We have the double white racing stripe, the double black racing stripe as well. We got the wide racing stripe, we have the black wide racing stripe. Wow, these are like crazy options. We got the mine mocked livery, the Bank of Liberty, the Lampadati racing livery, and of course army camo. We're gonna leave it stock. I don't really like any of the stripe options on this entire car, so we're just gonna leave it stock. Mud guards, we can add those onto this car. That seems like a really strange option to me, so we're not gonna go ahead and add those. We are gonna go yellow and black for the plate though, of course. For the respray on this vehicle, I'm feeling like a yellow. I feel like a yellow probably looks really good. Maybe an ultra blue even. Let's see, what does ultra blue look like? Looks really good. Do we go ultra blue? I think we go ultra blue. Let's do it. Actually, maybe the crew color. No, we're gonna go ultra blue for the primary, and should we do it for the secondary as well? See, we could also go for a black roof and then remove the pearlescent. I think we're gonna go for, yeah, we're gonna go for that. For the trim color, we have it black right now. Let's go for a white interior on this thing. I think that looks pretty good. For the roof, we can change it to a primary stock roof. We can change it to a black plastic stock roof. We got the carbon roof as well. We do have the primary street stock roof. We got a lot of options here. We got the hoods, the roof scoop as well there. Got a few different roof scoop options actually. I don't mind the roof scoop on this car. Maybe we go for the carbon GT roof. I kind of like the look of that. Let's do it. For these skirts, we can add some onto this car, obviously, as you can with most cars. Which one do we want to go for though? Do we want to go for like a carbon skirt? Ooh, I kind of like the look of the black GT skirt, but it's a little wide for my liking, so maybe not. Let's go for the primary side skirt. I kind of like that. Looks pretty basic, but it's cool. Now we can add canards onto this car as well. I'm not a super big fan of it though, so we're gonna leave it stock actually. Now for the spoiler, we can add the primary street spoiler, which actually does look really good. We got the carbon street spoiler as well. We have the, wow, that looks extremely ugly, I think. I got the carbon performance splitter. We also have the aggressive splitter as well. And we got the primary GT spoiler, and back to stock. So it looks like we're gonna go for the carbon street spoiler. I like that the best. I think it looks pretty good. We'll do it. Can add a sunstrip. We can add a sunstrip to this car as well. We got a few different options here. Not a super big fan though. We're gonna leave it off. For the suspension, we are gonna lower this thing down all the way. For the transmission, we're gonna go all the way up on that. Now for the trunk, we do have a couple of different options as well. I want to make this thing look a little more aggressive in the front, even though it's, you know, don't get me wrong, it's really aggressive looking. The primary GT trunk is pretty sick. I think we're going to go for that. I like that a lot. Turbo tuning, we are going to do that as well. The wheels on this car look really, really sick. What do we want to do here? We could go for some high-end rims for some carbon rims. I think those look really good with this car. Now, do we go for the Solars or do we go for the Cheetah Carbon Rs? I think it's the Cheetah Carbon Rs. Let's do it. For the wheel color, we could go for a blue to match up with the rest of the car as well. Let's see if we got one that matches up. Bright blue is pretty close. Let's go for it. Why not? For the tires, we are going to go bulletproof, of course, and of course for the windows, we're going to tint those all the way out. So that's it for the customization. Let's take this thing down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a full review on the car. All right, so to start off with, we got to do a sound test. Let's see what this thing sounds like. I think it sounds the exact same as the Torero, if I'm not mistaken. This car is rear-wheel drive only, I can tell right off the bat, because it gets a pretty poor launch. That is something that I noticed there. The acceleration, though, is pretty good once you get going. This thing feels pretty quick. It's definitely a smaller car, so I feel like it's going to be pretty agile, and I think that the handling is probably going to be pretty good. Obviously, haven't driven this thing before, so we're going to have to see about this, but I feel like the handling is probably going to be okay. Acceleration-wise, feels really, really good. And so far with the handling as well, it feels really responsive. It doesn't feel very understeery at all. Ooh. Yeah, it's like super, super fast, the steering on this car. The nose just like darts around, which is nice. We do like that. We do like a good handling car, especially a fast handling car. Now the rear end does seem to kind of want to come out on the corners though. That is a little bit less than ideal, but maybe it's just because I'm going at a slower speed. On that corner, the tail did stick out a little bit. We'll see on this corner how it fares. Not too bad. The steering is so agile. I really like the steering. I'm just kind of worried that the oversteer is going to be... Oh, yeah. Okay, there's a lot of oversteer. It's not to say it's bad, though. I feel like the car is going to get really good downforce. Let's see on this corner here. This is usually a good corner to test downforce. Feels pretty good, man. Feels pretty good. It's got a little too much oversteer, I think, to be, like, super, super great. But it's not to say it's a bad car. I'd prefer oversteer over understeer any day. And, I mean, this car's, it's got a little oversteer, but it's not the end of the world, you know? The acceleration, like I said, it feels pretty good. Paired with the handling, can't really see this being like a super, super fast car in its category. So I'm not sure that I can 100% recommend it. It does have some cool customization, does sound pretty good, does look pretty cool as well. Accelerates pretty good. Yeah, the handling is just, that's what I'm struggling with right now, but it's not to say it's terrible. It's definitely not terrible. I am on the PC version, so maybe if you're on console, maybe you'll have a little bit of an easier time steering this thing. But so far, it is feeling a little haywire. Now, I'm not complaining about the drifting. I think a little bit of drifting can be pretty fun on a car like this. But yeah, it's just a little more than I would like personally. Still a good car. Definitely give it a shot, I would say. But just know that the handling is not the greatest on this thing, so far at least. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the customization and review. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the customization and review on the Lampadati Corsita. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to be covering the update all day, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.